Hi everyone, so today I'm going to show you how to make this great summer halter neck top. Super versatile and easy to make just to fit yourself. So today I'm going to be making my top in a beautiful lilac purple. So you're going to need 8 ply yarn for this top. And I'd say depending on your size, but I'm going to be using around 3 balls of yarn, so around 150 grams of yarn for this top. And then you're just going to need a 4mm crochet hook, some tapestry needles to sew in those ends, your scissors as always, and then a tape measure just to make sure that this fits you perfectly. I'm going to begin the halter neck top. Just created a slip neck and I've attached that to my 4mm hook. So for the halter neck top, we begin at the side seam and then we work all around the back panel and then we do the front. So I'm going to chain 40 here as this is my length that I would like for my back. Six, 37, 38, 39, 40. Alright, so I've created a foundation chain of 40. So you can measure this and just measure it against yourself, and this will be the length of the centre back. So you're welcome to make it shorter or longer, it won't change this pattern very much. So just work with whichever length you would like your centre back to be. Now we'll do row 1. So this crochet pattern I show you now is going to be the pattern for the entire top. So we're going to do 1 double crochet. So we're going to yarn over and go into that first chain. Grab the yarn, pull it through, and we've got 3 on our hook. Yarn over, pull through 2. So we have 2 left. Yarn over and pull through both of those. So we just have the 1. And then we're just going to do a single crochet into the next one. So into the chain, grab the yarn and pull it through. Got 2 loops there, grab the yarn, pull it through 2, and then a double crochet into the next one. Single crochet, double, single, double, and just continue that for the full length of the chain. So you can see that I've done that pattern all the way across the chain. So double crochet, single crochet. So I'm just going to do 1 chain and we'll turn that around. And I'm just going to go back onto here the opposite way. So you'll be able to see that the loops with the double crochets are a bit higher up than those ones with the single. So we're just going to do a single crochet into every double crochet and then a double crochet into every single. And this will be the pattern we continue for the entire top. So I've now done 2 rows of that pattern of single crochet, double crochet. So you just want to keep going with these rows until you have half of your waist measurement. So just keep measuring that, and once you have half your waist, we'll begin our front. So see you back here once your back panel is done. Now I've finished my back panel, and for my back panel I did 50 rows. So you just need to do whatever is half of the finished waist measurement you will like. So now I'm going to start the front. For our front, we're going to do it in 3 sections. So the first section will be increases, and the second section will just be going straight along through that neckline, and then it will be decreases for the last section. So for this first row, I'm just going to continue the same pattern. So single crochet into that first stitch, double, and just keep going along. So a double into every single crochet and a single into every double till we get to the top of this row. So now I've done that pattern all the way across. I'm going to now chain 3, and that is going to be my increase. So I'll chain 3 and then turn a work around, and then I'm going to have a look here so I can see that that first stitch here is a single crochet, which means we need to do a double crochet into there. So I'm going to begin with a double crochet into this first chain from the hook, and then I'm going to do a single crochet into that next stitch, that next chain, and then that puts me in the perfect position to do a double crochet into the single crochet here. And then I can just continue along, and I've done that increase. So this is row 2 of my increase section. So for your increase section, you want to do an even number just so that we're finishing on the same side. So I'm going to do 16 rows of increases. You can do whatever is around a third of what you did for your back section. Okay, so there's row 2 of my increase section finished. You can see that little increase we've began to make. So as this side will be the hem, we want to keep it straight. This side will be the top. So we're just going to chain 1 and then turn this around. So we just want to continue this I'm going to be continuing it for 16 rows, but you just want to continue it for a third of your back section. So you can always keep turning that over just to get a bit of a look to see what it's looking like. So we'll just continue those 2 rows. We're increasing 3 each time we get to the top of there, and then we're just continuing along on the straight on the hem. So I'll see you back here after you've completed that section. So now I've finished my increasing section. If we fold that over our back, we can see that it should be around a third. So next we're going to create the straight section, which will also become the neckline. So this is quite easy. It would be very similar to when we were just creating the back. So we'll do single crochet onto the double crochet, double, single, double, and continue that all the way up to the top. So we've just completed row 1 of the middle section here. And since we just want to keep this straight, no increases or decreases, we'll just chain one, turn that around, and just continue all the way back along. So double into that first single, then a single, double. So this will be row 2, and since I did 16 rows of increases, I want to do 16 rows for the straight part as well. Alright, so I've just completed this straight section of the top, so next we need to create the decrease for the last third. So I'm just going to continue the same pattern of single crochet into the double crochets and doubles into the single. We want to continue this all the way up this side until there's only 2 stitches left, so we can create that decrease. So double, single, double, single. So we'll just continue that till there's 2 left. Alright, so I've just done this row and you can see that I have the 2 stitches left there. So that is going to be the decrease we create so that it matches this other side. So I'm just going to chain one and then I'm going to work back down this side. So this is going to be the pattern for the decreases. We just want to decrease by 2 stitches every time we get to this top edge, and the bottom hem will just keep going straight. So we will continue this pattern down the side, so double crochet into that single, single, double, single, double. Alright, so now I've finished 2 rows of my decreasing section. So we wanted to do the same amount of rows we've done for our increase section and our straight section. So for me that was 16 rows. So I've got 40 more rows to go. So I'll meet you back here when you've completed your decrease section. So for the decreases, just to remind you, so you go up and you just want to leave 2 stitches. So we're decreasing 2 stitches whenever we get to that top side. And just on the hem, we're just keeping it straight. Okay, so now I've finished that last third. We're going to attach this side seam together. So we'll just bring those loose ends along that seam and we'll pin this together. These seams should match up if you've kept that same pattern. Alright, so then you just need your tapestry needle with some of the yarn and we're going to sew this together. So I like to open it up and cross over to make it nice and flat seam. So we're just going to hide these loose ends and we can trim them down after we've gone up the seam a little bit. Okay, so I've sewn that seam together, so we're just going to want to hide the end of this thread into the back. So we'll just put it through some of the stitches. And then we'll turn through. So you shouldn't have any more loose ends, but if you do, you can also sew those ones through, just through onto the inside. Right, and then the next step is to finish off this edge. So we're going to be using a 3mm crochet hook for this part. So we'll just do a slip stitch onto this hook. So we're going to combine finishing off the edge. So we'll start over on this top corner and we'll go all the way down the side, across the back, up this side, and then we're going to go across the front neckline and go around again. So we'll have 2 rows. Then when we get back to this point, we're going to create our long tie, which will be a chain of 100, and then we'll crochet back down that chain across the neckline and then with the other side. Right, so that means we want to grab onto this, so the left hand side when you're facing. So we'll just do a single crochet to attach ourselves on there. There we go, single crochet, and we're just going to single crochet down here. We just want to be careful to just go into every row. So we don't want to stretch it out too far, but we want to create a nice straight edge. So just kind of watch with your eyes to make sure we're going in about the same distance. And we'll continue this. So all the way down the side, across the back and up the other side. And once you've done one all the way around, I'll see you back. Alright, so I've now done 1 row of single crochets all the way around the edge, as you can see. Just to make it a cleaner edge, we're going to do 1 more. So I'm just going to slip stitch into that first stitch here. Untangle that, yeah. So we'll just slip stitch into that first stitch here. Chain 1. And I'm going to go all the way back round, but this time I am going to stop when I get back to this corner. So I'll see you once you reach here. Alright, so I've done 2 rows now all the way around here, and I've just stopped here. So now we're going to chain 100 for this side of the tie. That goes around your neck. So we'll chain 100, so just and over and through that hole. Alright, so now that I have crocheted a chain of 100, I'm just going to single crochet back into that chain all the way down to our neckline here. So we'll just single crochet into that second chain from the hook. So we'll put our hook in, grab the yarn, pull through 2. Continue this all the way back down to our neckline. Right, so I have done single crochet all the way down my tie here. So that one is now finished. So I'm just going to single crochet back onto the neckline. And then single crochet across the neckline. So we can create the second tie. And that will be the last step of this halter neck top. Alright, so we're going to chain up 100 on this side and then single crochet back down to the neckline. Okay, so that second one is now complete. So I'm just going to do 2 slip stitches. So we'll go through that stitch, grab the yarn, pull it through and pull this one. And do the next one, the same thing. And then we're going to cut that end off and pull it through nice and tight just to finish that off. Okay, so now we just need to sew in these ends, so we'll just sew them in to the wrong side and then give our top a steam and it'll all be finished. Alright, so there we have our finished top all ready to wear.